Lesson 10.4, Surface Areas of Prisms and Cylinders. A net is a two-dimensional pattern that forms a solid when it's folded. So it's like taking a three-dimensional object and flatten it. Surface area is the sum of the areas of the faces of a polyhedron. We are not going to draw a net, so you do not have to do this. I will just quickly show you that this is one way to draw a net, and this is what a net is. It's basically taking the shape and flattening it out, and there's different ways to do that. Again, you do not have to draw a net. We can use a net to find surface area. So we took this box and we flatten it out, and now we're going to find the area of each box. You're painting a jewelry box that is 12 inches long, 7 inches wide, and 7 inches tall. Before you begin painting, you need to find the surface area. But let's talk about the squares. These are this shape right here. The square shapes are 7 by 7. So 7 times 7 is 49 inches squared. The rectangle faces are 12 by 7. So we take length times width, 12 by 7 is 84 inches squared. Now, there are two square faces, 1, 2, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangle faces. So take 49 inches squared times 2 and 84 inches squared times 4. Multiply and then add to get a total surface area of 434 inches squared. This is definitely one way to find the surface area, but I do think it's a little bit longer because you have to not only flatten it out to a net, but you need to do each individual area. Now they're going to give you a very generic formula, and I don't like this formula. So we're going to write down our own formula, okay? So again, do not write this down. I'm going to give you a specific formula, whether it's a rectangle prism or a triangular prism. See, this example is a triangular prism. Now you've probably seen the rectangular prism formula before. 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. Triangular prism is the base of the triangle. So if this is the triangle, I'm talking about this little bead. Don't use this big bead. The base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So they would give you the height of the triangle. Basically find the area of the triangle. Plus all the sides of the triangle added together. Again, this is of the triangle. I don't know if you want to put little triangles here. All the sides, so this is like A, B, and C, times the height of the prism. That's a rectangle. That would be this height right here. So let's find the surface area of the triangular prism. Again, the formula they use I do not like. I'm going to use my formula, which is base of the triangle, height of the triangle, plus all the sides of the triangle added together times the height of the prism. I'm actually going to do that right below. Actually, I'll put it right here. So the base is 16, because that's the triangle. The height is 15, because that makes the right angle. So we have 16 times 15, those are the two heights, plus all the sides of the triangle. So this is A, that's B, and what's this side? Well, it's the same thing as this side, so this is also 17. So we're taking 17 plus 16 plus 17 times the height of the prism. Now, the height of the prism connects the two bases. So it connects this triangle to the triangle on the other side, which is this number right here. That's the height of the prism, times 24. Do parentheses first, so 17 plus 16 plus 17. And you will get 50. Next, do your multiplication. So I can actually do 16 times 15, which is 240. And 50 times 24, which is 1200. And then add 240 plus 1200, you will get 1440. And you can see, no matter what they did, I still get the right answer. The surface area is 1,440 square meters. It's area, so you're still squaring. Cylinder. Okay, I don't like their formula. Cylinder, I would use 2 times pi times r squared plus 2 times pi r, the radius, times the height. Now this is the height of the cylinder, which is only one height. So let's find the surface area of the can of tennis balls. Well, they give you diameter, so this is diameter. We want to find radius, so divide by 2. You have 3.2 centimeters. Plug that in, and they actually do use this formula, the same one I used. So take 2 times pi, r is 3.2, squared, plus 2 times pi, radius is 3.2, times the height, which is 19.2. Remember your order of operations. Parentheses first. 3.2 squared is 10.24. Bring everything else down. Now, I can't just multiply this left to right. I can multiply this side left to right. So take 2 times pi times 3.2 times 19.2, and you will get 385 let's just round it to 84. Now multiply this side, 2 times pi times 10.24. Again, I'm just using 3.14. This side, I'm going to bring it down here, is 64.31. Add these two together. You get approximately, because it's a cylinder, it's a circle, you get approximately 450.38. I got a little bit different, like 0.15. Again, as long as you're close to 450, that's all I really care about. The correct answer then is C, 450 degrees, so 450 centimeters squared. Okay, before we do number 1, 2, and 3, I want you to, well, let's write down the formulas. So you're going to need a rectangular prism. That is this formula. It really doesn't matter which one's the width, which one's the length, which one's the height. Just identify which one's which. And then make sure you use it throughout. Order of operations, do your multiplying first, then you're adding. This is a prism. It's either prism or cylinders, this section. So prism, a triangle prism, base of the triangle, height of the triangle, plus the sides of the triangle added together, times the height of the prism. The cylinder, well, let's talk about what we need here. So here's the right angle, even though they don't show you that, it's implied. Here's the base, which means this is 7. So the base is 7. The height of the triangle is 24, it's perpendicular to the base. The sides are 7. This side is 25, and the other side is also A. So the height of the triangle is also the side of the triangle. And then the height of the prism is 20. For number 3, we have 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. And considering there's only 2 numbers and 2 variables, you should be able to figure out which one is which. Pause the video, try 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, we're going to take 2 times 4 times 2 plus 2 times 4 times 11 plus 2 times 2 times 11. So we're doing these in like 3 stages. So we're doing multiplying first, order of operations. 8 times 2, 16. This is 88. This is 44. Add it together. You should get an answer of, oops, they actually show you right away, so I will stop. You get an answer of 148 feet squared. This is 7 times 24 plus 24 plus 7 plus 25 times the height, which is 20. Do your adding first. Times 20. You should be writing all this work down, or you should have already done it. So 56 times 20, 1020 plus 168. You should have 1288. Yep, that's what they have. Yards squared. 2 pi r is 3 squared plus 2 pi r is 3, h is 15. So do the square first. 3 times 3 is 9. Then all you have to do is you can multiply this side together, multiply this side together, and add. So 2 times pi times 9, 56, 52. 2 times pi times 3 times 5, 15, excuse me. 2 times pi times 3 times 15. And then add it together. You should get 339.1 or around there inches squared. You now need a note card. So get a note card from me. Get a note card from me if you haven't already done it. On the one side of our note card, we're going to write down the formulas for area and surface area. Be sure to leave some space at the end because we are going to have pyramid and cone. So just leave some room at the very bottom of your note card. First thing we're going to do is do the area of a parallelogram. That is a parallelogram. Make sure you slant the sides. Base times height. This is a trapezoid. If you want to write out trapezoid instead, you may. Half base 1 plus base 2 times height. Circle is pi r squared. So write down your area first. Surface area of a prism. Now remember, I use specific types. If it's a triangular prism, or if it's a rectangular prism. Now I actually do something different for the triangle one on the video. Cut the base of the triangle, height of the triangle, plus I tell you the perimeter, A plus B plus C, height of the prism. And I do not use this one on the video. And cylinder, write this down as well. So it's up to you if you want to write this one down. You might want to pause the video at this time, get your formulas down. Again, leave some space because we will have some, like 2 more formulas next time. Keep this card. You may use it on quizzes and tests and when you do your